Hey everyone, Zoraz here from Casuals. Today we're going to be talking about Genshin Impact patch 4.4, which is coming in approximately 2 months and will introduce a lot of new content, new map, and new character, especially the long-awaited Cloud Retainer. So of course, before we start, I have to say that this information comes from different sources and none of it is officially confirmed by MiHoYo. But if you look around, you will see plenty of images that confirm that these are currently being tested. But as anything like this, anything could change at any time, so this is not set in stone. But it does give us a good idea of what's coming, and for those of you who are interested on how long you have to prepare if you want to have these new characters as well as the other stuff coming. So first, of course, the new characters that will be in the banners in patch 4.4 will be Cloud Retainer, which is going to be a character that we've encountered a lot in the storyline and transforms basically into a flying bird like a crane. So this character is going to be an Anemo and supposedly a catalyst character. Now the entire meta behind this character is going to be focused on supporting and apparently plunge attack. So her abilities are going to allow for very high jumping of herself, but also of all the party members. Her burst seems to cast something on the ground where your teams can go in and basically bounce up, a little bit like Venti or like when you jump on those mushrooms and go up. And then you can obviously do plunge attacks for much more damage. So this is going to be what her kit looks like. And on top of that, it is supposed to also suck in enemies as well as make a heal for your team. So this is going to be a very interesting meta, as of course not many characters are plunge characters. The only 5 stars that are really good at plunging are Diluc and Xiao, and obviously everybody is okay at plunging, but those two have the highest damage output for plunging, and Xiao is already a plunge hero. So this is going to be a hero that obviously goes very well with Xiao, but also the fact that she sucks in enemy and heals with her ult would allow her to be played in many other comps, as plunge is not the only thing you need to do damage, and the other effects are also amazing, obviously depending on how powerful it actually is and how much it actually heals. Now the other character that is supposedly coming in patch 4.4 would be the Lion Dancer Boy. So he is going to be supposedly a 4-star Pyro character, and he is apparently going to have an ability where he summons a small lion that fights with him. Now he is going to most likely be given to everybody for free as part of the Lantern event, and would also be a pretty interesting character to see his kit, because he does have a very interesting ability in the fact that he summons a companion that could apply a lot of Pyro in many ways. We don't have a lot of information on his kit, but in any case, he is going to be a very interesting character that will be given for free most likely, so will be easy to test out for everyone. Now patch 4.4 will also drop, as I said, during the Lantern Festival, which is an event that always gives a lot of rewards to everyone, including a lot of pulls and primogems, events, as well as usually a free leeway character, which in this case is guessed to be the Lion Boy, but could be a choice for others as well. So we'll have to see exactly when that comes. But in any case, expect to be getting a lot of stuff for free in that patch. On top of that, there is also new skins coming. First, we're supposedly getting a free Chinchu skin, which is going to be given to everyone. But the Ganyu and Shenhei skins for obviously the 5-star are going to be the 2 new purchasable skins, which look pretty decent, but we don't have any clear pictures of them. But obviously, if you're playing these characters and you're interested, you will be able to buy their skin. And next, we also have the Abyss buffs for 4.4, which are going to go very similarly to where Cloud Retainer is going. It is going to be giving more attack for heroes who are up in the air plunging, as well as supposedly releasing a shockwave when you plunge. So it does seem like plunge is the name of the game for 4.4. If you think about the experimental field generator boss currently in Fontaine, this boss has similar mechanics where you're allowed to go in the air and do a lot of plunging. You kind of have to do it for the boss fight. So this seems to be kind of like what they used to test out these mechanics, and it will be what the Cloud Retainer and the Abyss have planned for the 4.4. Now this is again speculation, but it does look like this is the direction we're going in. So if you're curious, if you like that gameplay, well, go do that boss fight and you will see right away if this gameplay is for you. if you should save for 4.4, or if you want to skip the Cloud Retainer entirely. Now, this gives us a also very good idea of who the 4 5-star characters will be in the banners of 4.4. Of course, the Cloud Retainer would be one, and the other ones, Ganyu and Shenhei, would be pretty obvious considering they have a skin coming at the same time. And Xiao could also be one of these characters that we are going to be seeing, because the entire patch seems to be based on a meta that he is the expert as. Diluc, being a very good plunger, is still not having a kit that has anything to do with plunge. Would he work well with Cloud Retainer? Sure, but Xiao is going to be the god of Cloud Retainer if the way she works is exactly as we said. So this would make 4 5-star characters would have a lot of sense to be there, obviously being that their skins and the kit. But many people are thinking that Nahida would also be seeing a rerun, as she would be due as the Archon kind of rhythm has been going. So obviously, again, none of this is confirmed, but it does give you a pretty good idea that you will see most of these characters that I've mentioned right now in the 4.4 banner, because this is kind of the way MiHoYo has done things in the past. Now, lastly, the new map. There will be a new big zone in Fontaine to explore. Many people knew this was coming. It's not a surprise. We are getting new Fontaine zone, but this zone apparently would be between basically Storm Terror, like Leeway, and Moonstat, and Fontaine. So that big empty area here would be occupied by this new zone. There is confirmed to be 2 statues of the 7 that are going to be discoverable and new, which means obviously that there's going to be 2 very big areas, because statues are usually representing a pretty large area. So this is going to give us a lot of new content to explore, and I'm guessing a lot of new content where we get to fly in the air and plunge, as obviously this seems to be the patch 4.4 meta. Also, keep in mind that Freminet and Razor as 4 stars are very, very strong 4-star plunging characters, as in they have the very highest amount of damage in their plunge attack, especially Freminet with some constellation. So this is going to be some of the heroes that will very much shine in this meta and in the Abyss, if you are interested, on top of course, Xiao and possibly Diluc. Now, we don't know exactly how good it's going to be to use these plunge characters as opposed to just regular characters, but it is going to be interesting to see how much MiHoYo wants to focus on plunge attacks. So what do you guys think about patch 4.4? Are you interested in this new plunge meta? Do you think this is going to be a plunge meta, or do you think it's just a simple bonus that they've added and that the Cloud Retainer will actually be a really good healer? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.